The page 7 of the Daily Guide newspaper says some George appointments unknown to Mahama. Let me start off with you, Tete Chai, Honorable. Is that the case?
Well,
that the president was not aware of some
presidential staffers, presidential aides. For us as members of parliament, I would not be in the right position to know all those who have been appointed by the president in terms of those who go out and comes in with him, no.
But
because you wait,
okay,
hold on. One, I'm not part of the Flagstaff House, but as a member of parliament, where we get to know the appointees of the president is the list that is brought to parliament on the presidential staffers, those that withdraw salaries from the presidency and so on, and that constitutes the right list. And well, I just got wind of this story. I'll not be in the right position now to get something out of
from the list you got as a member of parliament. Did you see his name in there?
For now, I'll not be in the right position to make any conclusions.
No, it's just to find out whether or not you saw his name on that list.
I just want to make matters very short.
Sure.
That if you want to know the presidential staffs, you get that list on the parliamentary document that is brought to parliament as to the presidential staffers.
So it has been brought to parliament. You're a member of parliament. You obviously must have seen a copy.
A whole list of staff. And what I'm saying is that I cannot recollect now.
So you cannot recollect whether or not his name was on the list?
Yeah.
Titus Glover, did you see his name on the list?
No, I never did. His name is not. But I was shocked when it was in around August thereabouts. I was on Asempa one afternoon when I heard Kaba saying that he's been made a communication consultant to the presidency. Then I asked myself, you have a minister for communication, very good friend of mine. You have a presidential spokesperson who left his job, a lucrative job, with the BBC to come and speak for this country. You have deputies of communications. You have Felix and the other gentleman. They are there. So what is he consulting? What communication is he consulting? What is he consulting? Insulting people?
Is that what he's doing? Insulting?
What is he consulting? To insult elders? That his party is not tolerant? That when people speak their views, he's the hawk that they use as a consultant to come and insult the person? Is that the consultancy that he's doing for the president? He's being paid for?
Is he being paid at all? That's the question we need to.
If he's working at the Jubilee House, it means that he's being paid by the people of his country. But when you read the story, the president is denying that he got fumed. According to the story, that the president got fumed, that he's been made a... What is he consulting?
Because he will not be on the presidential list.
So now, what is he consulting? Who made that appointment? Was he the chief of staff? Because every appointment must come from His Excellency. He must be in the know, so that if issues like this come to, he can defend it. But let me see if I can trace that place where the president is feud.
Well, anyway, so Honorable Secretary, while he's trying to locate that particular paragraph, what does this tell? What kind of picture does this paint about the presidency?
Oh wow!
If anyone can just get up and say, "I speak for the president," I do this, right? And if the person you claim to speak for doesn't even know you're speaking for him, I mean,
with your permission,
sure, okay.
Sam George was appointed as communication consultant at the presidency several months ago. Another source said, according to the GhanaBusinessNews.com, the sources who didn't want to be named all said the president got to know about the appointment after it was done, and he only fumed about it. Unquote. You understand? So he knows people definitely before it will be sent to parliament. The president have to look at it, and I never come across his name on the list that was sent to us. And who smuggled his name inside?
There was no supplementary list either.
No, nothing has come.
Look,
so I was asking a question.
It is good that this issue has come up, because there are times people misrepresent themselves. You have people who people call them presidential staffers. Meanwhile, when you look at the presidential staffers list, their names are not included. But wherever they find themselves, that is how people address them. And I can name a lot more people, even in the area of Professor Mills. So these are misrepresentations, and I think these are the things that we need to look at, because if you are not an appointee of the president, maybe you are a friend, you are relatives, you don't go out to say that you are an appointee of the president. No, that is misrepresentation, and you can be charged for committing an offense.
So Sam George can be charged for...
No, if it is really true that he is not...
false representation.
Then he can be charged for that. And we need to investigate. And then
but is it not surprising that he's spoken on a number of networks, including international networks?
Yeah.
As
Al Jazeera.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
As a representative of the presidency. And he makes comments which obviously will suggest that these are comments from the presidency. What kind of picture does that paint about the government?
Yeah, I think that's why I'm saying that these are things that we need to take critical look at.
No, it's not about what we need to look at.
No,
it's about the kind of picture he's painting about the government. That's what I'm asking.
A president comes into office with a whole lot of group of people. There are people who follow the president, does things for the president without any compensation. Okay? But then when they find themselves within the midst of people, because they are always with the president, they tend to misrepresent themselves. Okay? This will be at the blind side of the president. Okay? Once these things are now coming up, we need to redefine those who are around the presidency. So know the role that each of them plays.
If we are to go by what the story is saying, that supposes that the president got wind of it sometime after the appointment, but he still got wind of it. What did he do?
Well, if you read how the story was quoted, the person even writing the story is not sure of what he is saying. If you actually gone through the context of what the person wrote, he is not sure. So I cannot sit here and then base my argument on what he has written. For that one, I can't do that.
Is it Oketechi? Is it Chenjeni Oketechi?
Chenjeni.
Yeah. Hey, he reminds me of the former Black Star player. The only answer to this problem is for presidency to clarify his status, his true status.
I see.
Between today and tomorrow, the presidency must clarify the status of Sam George Nartey, whether he's a presidential staffer, whether indeed he's a communication consultant, and they should tell us what he's consulting about, because you have a communication minister, Dr. Mani Buama. He has 2 deputies. You have a seasoned professional journalist,
Bendo
Chimalo, who speaks for the president. These are senior faces of government. So he should tell us, his job description. They must tell us the job description of Sam George. Consulting, communication, consulting what?
I see.
Only insulting people.
Anyway.
Elders, people who are old enough to be your fathers.
So I think we'll have to end on the note where
these are the kind of people who are in the
presidency would need to
who are speaking for government and the
clarify one or two things. And
God save Ghana.
Anyway, that's Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus, Global Member of Parliament for Tema East. You just heard him and summing everything up on that particular one. And I also had here Honorable Theophilus Tetechai, Member of Parliament for Ablekuma Central. Ablekuma Central. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year in advance.
Happy New Year to you too. Hoping for a fight-free 2015 between the NDC and NPP.
No,
particularly on the AM set.
We don't fight. No, not at all.
These walkovers that you see is part of parliamentary democracy.
No, that is my relative.
Oh, okay.
In a way, yes.
In Japan,
seriously,
in Korea, you see them boxing in parliament, fighting.
I see.
But for us, we'll make our issues. The best thing you can do is to walk out. That you don't want to be part of that debate or that decision. It asks for the debate, you can debate it. But the final decision, you don't want to be part of it. The next hour you come, you continue your working.
Okay.
But tell them to tell the president to reduce the fuel.
Anyway, the fuel. So we'll be talking about the fuel pretty later on. That's after the review has been done. But up next now is Aisha Ibrahim, who will be having an interaction with the Gender Minister, and Nana Oyelitha. They'll be having they'll be having a quick review on the year, particularly with regards to gender, some abuses, and there were quite a number of issues that came up this particular year. So Aisha Ibrahim will be with you shortly on my banner. That's up next.